Level 1. Survival. You own almost nothing. Your net worth isn't just zero, it's below zero. Debt grows faster than opportunity, and every day feels like you're trying to climb a mountain that's getting taller. Every morning starts with the same mission. Find food, find shelter, make it through another day. Nothing is guaranteed. Not your next meal, not a safe place to sleep, not even tomorrow. There are no investments, no retirement plans, no savings account waiting to rescue you, no financial goals written on a piece of paper. When every hour is spent trying to survive, thinking 10 years ahead becomes impossible. Your world has become incredibly small. You don't measure life in years, you measure it in hours. Will you eat today? Will you stay warm tonight? Will you make it through another week? That's all that matters. People pass by without noticing you. The world keeps moving while you're stuck in place. Life has been reduced to one word: survive. Level 2. Struggling. You've managed to stay off the streets, but that's where the good news ends. You have a roof over your head. A paycheck arrives every few weeks, yet somehow the money disappears before the next one comes. Rent, utilities, groceries, transportation. Repeat. Every month feels exactly the same. You work hard, sometimes harder than people making twice as much, but the finish line never gets any closer. One unexpected bill can erase months of progress. The car breaks down, your phone stops working, a medical expense appears out of nowhere. Suddenly your entire budget falls apart. You don't buy what you want, you buy what you absolutely need. Every purchase is a calculation. Every dollar has a job before it even reaches your account. Saving money feels like a luxury reserved for someone else. You're exhausted, not because work is difficult, because survival never takes a day off. You're moving, but life never seems to move forward. Level 3. Working class. Things are more stable now. You have a steady job, a reliable used car, a small emergency fund sitting quietly in your bank account. For the first time, most of your bills actually get paid on time. Most of the time, you can breathe, just not too deeply. Because underneath that stability is constant uncertainty. One layoff, one injury, one recession, and everything you've built starts falling apart. Vacations require months of planning. Replacing your phone feels like a financial decision instead of a casual purchase. You compare prices before buying almost everything. You think twice before eating out. You tell yourself you'll save more next year. Next year never seems to arrive. You work 40 hours, sometimes 50, sometimes more. Not to get ahead, just to stay where you are. You're no longer fighting every single day. Now you're fighting every single month. Level 4. Lower middle class. For the first time, life feels predictable. You rent a decent place, or maybe you're paying the mortgage on a small home. Your income finally covers more than the basics. You contribute to retirement. Not much, but consistently. You understand that the future exists, and you're finally preparing for it. You can celebrate birthdays without worrying about every dollar. Take a weekend trip. Go out for dinner once in a while. Buy your kids something nice without immediately regretting it. Life feels lighter, but only slightly, because the big expenses still scare you. College tuition, medical bills, major home repairs, a new roof, a broken furnace, a long hospital stay. They all have the power to undo years of progress. You're comfortable enough to enjoy life, but not secure enough to stop worrying. You feel like you've made it, until life reminds you how expensive it can be. Level 5. Middle class. You've built a real life. Your home has equity. Your savings account finally matters. Your retirement portfolio grows a little every month. You don't panic when the washing machine breaks. You simply replace it. Your children have opportunities you never had. Good schools, family vacations, sports, music lessons. Life isn't easy, but it finally feels fair. You're no longer asking whether you'll survive. You're asking how far you can grow. You have choices, not unlimited choices, but enough to feel in control. Still, there's one problem that never disappears. Your income depends on your time. Every paycheck begins with showing up. Stop working for long enough, and the machine stops too. The house payment doesn't stop. The insurance doesn't stop. The bills don't stop. Your lifestyle exists because you continue trading hours for income. You've escaped financial stress. You haven't escaped the system. Level 6. Upper middle class. People assume you're rich. You're not. You're simply successful. You've spent years building valuable skills. Maybe you're a doctor, an engineer, a lawyer, a business owner, or someone who's become exceptionally good at what they do. Your career rewards you well. You live in a beautiful neighborhood, drive new vehicles, take comfortable vacations. Quality healthcare isn't something you worry about anymore. You rarely check restaurant prices before ordering. You don't lose sleep over grocery bills. Your retirement accounts are growing quickly. Your investment portfolio is beginning to matter. From the outside, you've won, but success has its own price. Your calendar owns you. Meetings, deadlines, clients, employees. Responsibility follows you everywhere. The phone never completely stops ringing. Vacations often include emails. Weekends still involve work. People admire your lifestyle. Very few notice your schedule. You have money, you have status, but your time still belongs to someone else. The lifestyle looks impressive. The schedule doesn't. Level 7. Wealthy. Now the rules begin to change. For years, your income depended on your effort. Now part of it doesn't. Your investments generate meaningful income. Your money has started working harder than you do. You own multiple assets, real estate, businesses, stocks. Each one quietly produces cash flow while you're focused on something else. Cash flow arrives even while you sleep. The hours you spend working are no longer directly connected to the money entering your bank account. That's a completely different game. You still work, but now it's a choice instead of a requirement. You can take months off without wondering how the bills will be paid. Your investments continue doing their job whether you're sitting in an office, relaxing on a beach, or spending time with your family. Work becomes optional, not because you dislike it, because you finally have a choice. You choose projects that excite you. You say no more often than yes. Money is no longer your biggest source of security. Your assets are. For the first time, freedom enters the picture. Level 8. Financial independence. Your portfolio pays for your lifestyle. The salary that once defined your life has become almost irrelevant. You no longer think in paychecks. You think in returns. Every investment has a purpose. Every dollar is expected to produce another dollar. Your wealth has become a machine, one that keeps running with or without your daily attention. You travel when you want, not when your vacation days allow it. You live where you want, not where your employer needs you. You work with people you choose, not because you have to, because you genuinely enjoy building something meaningful. Time becomes your most valuable possession, not money. Money can always be earned. Time never comes back. That's why you protect it more carefully than anything else. Most people dream about reaching this point. For you, it's just another milestone, because once financial freedom becomes normal, your attention naturally shifts toward building something even bigger. Level 9. Multi-millionaire. Your wealth creates opportunities that money alone can't buy. People begin inviting you into rooms you never knew existed. Private investments, exclusive partnerships, direct access to decision makers. The conversations change, the opportunities change, the people around you change. You don't chase opportunities, they find you. Your reputation starts working before you even enter the room. Risk becomes easier because failure no longer threatens your future. A failed investment becomes a lesson, not a disaster. You can afford to think long-term while others are forced to think about next month. Your children inherit options instead of obligations. They can build businesses, travel the world, study anywhere, choose careers based on passion instead of survival. Money has purchased something much more valuable than luxury: choice. You're playing a completely different financial game, one where relationships, reputation, and ownership matter far more than salary. Level 10. Ultra wealthy. Entire teams manage your finances. Lawyers, accountants, investment professionals. Each expert has one responsibility: protect your wealth, grow your wealth, transfer your wealth efficiently. Everything is designed to protect and multiply wealth. Taxes become strategy. Businesses become acquisitions. Your calendar includes meetings about investments you've never personally visited. Money is no longer used for survival, it's used for influence. You invest in companies, support charities, back entrepreneurs, purchase businesses instead of products. Your network becomes as valuable as your bank account. One introduction can create opportunities worth more than years of ordinary income. People return your calls immediately. Invitations arrive without asking. Doors open before you knock. Because at this level, access becomes one of the most valuable assets you own. Level 11. $100 million wealth. Your name carries weight. Banks compete for your business. Private investment firms compete for your attention. Governments invite you into conversations, not because they have to, because your capital creates economic activity. You fund companies before they exist. You back founders with ideas instead of finished products. Some fail, some become billion-dollar businesses. You shape industries instead of simply participating in them. A single investment can create thousands of jobs. One decision can change an entire market. Entire communities can benefit from the businesses you choose to support. Your influence stretches far beyond your own companies. At this level, capital becomes power, not the power to buy more things, the power to shape the future. Level 12. Billionaire. You're no longer building wealth, you're building systems. Your companies employ tens of thousands of people. Millions of customers rely on products your businesses create. Entire supply chains exist because of your decisions. Your choices influence economies. Cities celebrate when you open a new headquarters. Markets react when you announce a major acquisition. You acquire competitors instead of competing with them. Growth no longer comes one customer at a time. It comes one company at a time. Your foundations build hospitals, universities, research centers, scholarships, scientific breakthroughs. Your name begins appearing in history books instead of business magazines. History starts remembering your name. Luxury still exists, but it no longer excites you the way it once did. Legacy replaces luxury because the question is no longer how much money you can make. It's what your wealth will accomplish long after you're gone. Level 13. Global Titan. There are only a handful of people here. Your wealth moves stock markets. Entire industries react when you make a public announcement. Presidents request meetings. Prime ministers seek partnerships. CEOs wait for your approval. Your network includes people who shape countries instead of companies. You invest in technologies that redefine civilization. Artificial intelligence, space exploration, energy, biotechnology. Projects that may take decades before changing humanity forever. The future becomes your portfolio. You're no longer investing only for returns. You're investing in what the world may become. Money is no longer measured in millions or billions. It's measured in global impact. The scale has become almost impossible to imagine. Entire generations may benefit from decisions you make today. Because at the highest level, wealth is no longer about what you own. It's about what changes because you exist.